Hi, welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and my authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, if you will. Today, we're talking about the third part of the general reading of the 21st chapter of the Potsmoker's Bible, which is the 18th chapter of the book of Zion. I'm going to take up where I left off before. The reason I'm suggesting that we go camping is to do what Israel did when they left Egypt. They too went camping, but my camp out has a modern twist. It will also be a strike, a peaceful demonstration, a demand for justice, a public show of solidarity, a family affair to show the world that we love our children enough to stand up to society, to unite it as a united family, a peaceful stage from which to speak. India became an independent nation due to a nationwide civil strike. The Indian people refused to work for the English. They took to the streets in protest. Around 1,000 people were killed by the British. Gandhi and his people took to the streets and overthrew the British, but not without loss of life. I believe that a campout with our children and elderly present will ensure a peaceful resolution. I know it's dangerous to have our entire family present when we strike, but we already have our children in jeopardy. All all lives matter. So to avoid violence, we camp out as a family. Hopefully, they will think twice before they kill children and the elderly and the infirm. The propaganda about us says that we are brain dead, we are thieves, we are lazy, we are terrible parents, we don't contribute to society, we can't get or hold a job, our children are stupid, we need to be imprisoned for the good of society. So if that's true, our campout won't affect society in an adverse way. Now, every drug user in the world knows that's bullshit. We work, we buy things, we raise our intelligent children, we pay taxes. We are actually the most talented, skilled people there are. Not all of us are poor. Not all of us are non professionals. We are very well hidden. It's time we show ourselves. Let's show the world who we truly are. When we go camping together around the world, we will be a sight to behold. Every nation in the world with drug users will awake one day to find that all of their hippies went camping instead of going to work. Then the whole world will know just who we are and how many of us there truly are, and just how important we are to this society. So, let's go camping until the war on drugs ends. When we go on our big camp out, we're supposed to call out to the gray as a people. We are to pledge ourselves to the service of humanity. We are a volunteer to become priests, interpreters of the gray, the voice of the aliens who have no voice other than thoughts. If we do that, the gray will send a ship to respond. Our campout is first contact. The arrival of the ship in response to our public and telepathic pledge will literally change everything. The ship will bring with it a galactic authority. My people will be proven to be justified in most of what we do. Earth will forever become interplanetary. Our isolation will end. The arrival of the gray is a new beginning for humanity. The judgment of the gray in regards to the war on drugs is this: execute true judgment. Don't oppress people. Don't look for ways to do harm to others. Don't hunt the stranger passing by. Don't imagine evil in your hearts against your neighbor. The Gray promised 3,000 years ago to come back and help their children find justice in an unjust world. They come to feed the hungry and to provide for the eternal good of humankind. They are our ancient gods. They come to keep their promise to their children. That promise is to be the judge in a fair and factual hearing to determine the right in regards to the government versus the drug users. I have, on more than one occasion, asked for just such a judgment from both God and Gray. They have both, in thought and in prophecy, agreed to judge in this matter. It was very necessary for me to ask um, for this judgment so that the Gray can come not as enemies, but as God, Judge of humanity, Creator, and true Lord. A much more advanced species, far wiser than I or any human authority, a just and a true source of humane right. The Gray are God, God of humanity. Always was, always will be, always has been. They are the true judge. And they have already set the verdict. It was decided 3,000 years ago when the prophet Isaiah wrote down his prophetic words about how our society would allow governments to oppress the children of the Most High God of Israel. Drug users are innocent. The state does not have the right to deny its citizens of their most basic freedom, the freedom of personal choice. When the people who use drugs stop sighing in prisons and take their families camping, when we embrace our inner gray, we will make first contact with aliens from another world and be given the highest honor of all, to speak mind to mind with the beings that made us in their own image. Only we lowly drug addicts are capable of communicating with a telepathic race of aliens. Everything that makes us different from everyone else are the very things that allow us to become something more, something wonderful and beneficial to all of humanity. God has promised to end the sighing of the prisoners. God will free them from their inhumane persecution, and God will reward them double for the cruelty of their oppression. God hears the cries of those who suffer. I know, because God has heard and responded to my cries. And I give voice to the promises of God because God gave his voice to me. And so ends the third part of the general reading of the 21st chapter of the Pot Smoker's Bible and the 18th chapter of the Book of Zion. Next time, we will start the dissertation, and we will begin with Jeremiah 14:19. So, until then, may the Gray watch over you, guide you, keep you safe from all harm, protect you, and teach you right from wrong. May you always be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light. May you always be happy and high. Know that I love you. We'll be together soon. I'm waiting. I know you are too. So, later. because I'll never say goodbye.